Hey guys, today I'm going to show you a review on the hypervenom phatals. As you can see there, in the firm ground edition. I already have about 8 hours in these. I got these yesterday, or the day before yesterday, and here we go. Just to remind you, you don't get a bag with these, only the top, the phantoms. But as you can see, they're kinda a little dirty. In person they are a lot brighter. On the camera it's kind of like a yellowish orange, I guess you could call it. But it's really like a neon orange or a bright orange color. Sole plate, I get really good traction in these. I just love this boot because it's light, it's lighter than the Mercurial Velocity, and it's almost as light as the Phantom. So, also, it's really thin, it's really stiff right out of the box, like the sole plate. The leather isn't that stiff, so you should be good with that. What I did is I've probably have 8 hours in these. I wore one for 4 hours the first day I got them, which I do not recommend. I just recommend maybe like a short hour. And I went out and I ran a mile and started dribbling the ball right away, which wasn't the brightest idea because you may get blisters on the back of your heel, or the back of your heel will get sore. So yeah, as you can see, the little skull. The laces are nice. If you go from the Mercurial to this, you got a lot to get used to because this whole shot pad, it's more open. You don't have those laces to kind of help guide the ball in a certain direction, so it's a lot. I'm still getting used to them, and yeah, it's a really nice boot. It doesn't have such a really good toe box. It's like really small, which I prefer that because you can get under the ball more. I don't believe in like talking about, oh hey, it gives me the best shot or it gives me the best touch on the ball. Like, I guess you can say that, but it's more all about the player. The boot doesn't really do anything besides just kind of, it's a player's preference and how it feels on his foot. Yeah. As you look on the sole plate, you got the 4 in the back. I mean, you got another 4 on the front right up here. Right here. Kind of like the Mercurial, except for it gives you a little more grab when you're cutting, I guess, because you're cutting left. It's gonna help you pull yourself over. Also, yeah, but mine are kind of tore up. Had conditioning. I wore these to conditioning, so it kind of tore everything up. The sole plate is actually like a hard plastic, and that's what makes it stiff, but it's also what makes it super light. This boot weighs in at, I think, 7.6, 7.4 or something like that, and the Phantoms are actually 7.2. So there's not really big light difference or weight difference in it, and they're actually really, really light on hand and on feet. It fits just like a glove. The phatals don't have the outside what do you call it, the grooves or whatever, the kind of like the golf ball pattern thing, but leatherish. There's not a lot, all those, but if you see that, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's kind of like little grooves in there, little bumps and stuff, and that's from the Nike skin on the inside of the boot. Here, let me get this. Comes with the lightweight thing. In the right boot, you got the skull and Nike symbol, and in the left you get the hypervenom. I don't know if you can see it. It says hypervenom on it. But here, can see that. I don't know, it's really dark, so, but I'll actually, where all those little grooves are, on the inside there, it's called Nike Skin, and it's supposed to grip your foot more. So that's what you can see on the outside. And the only difference between these and the Phantoms would be the Nike Skin's also on the outside of the boot, and then the Phatals are just on the inside. So I think this is the best knockdown boot I've ever bought. I have had a couple of knockdowns, and you don't ever get the same feeling, but these, you truly get the same feeling. The only weight difference is that it gives you, on the Phantom, it gives you that dimpling feel on the outside of the boot. But I highly might recommend these instead of just buying the 200 ones, which you can go ahead and do it. I guess I don't really, it doesn't really matter, but these, if you don't want to spend all the money on this will probably give you the best time, I guess you could say, because the upper on the more expensive ones are always end up having some kind of flaw in them, because they're made for quick playing time and quick stuff like that, like one game at a time. That's why the pros wear them, because they get them all the time. But I highly recommend this boot. It's really nice, and you just have to go get on a pair. It's hard to explain, because it all depends on your foot. It's really narrow, like it's kind of like the Mercurial, but it's a lot like the Mercurial actually. But the only thing is it's kind of rounded out here, and the Mercurial is more pointed out. This kind of curves in, and it fits real well. So I actually got these a half size small just because that's how I like it. I like a snug fit. So I really recommend these boots. So I hope this helps you, and yeah, like, subscribe, and help me out. Alright, see ya.